The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane Marcus Aurelius. How to think critically. Cultivating clarity in a noisy age. In a world overflowing with information and opinion, the ability to think clearly has become both rare and essential. We scroll through headlines, we listen to sound bites, we form opinions in seconds. But how often do we stop to truly ask, is this true? Is this logical? Am I being influenced, or am I actually thinking for myself? Critical thinking is the antidote to confusion. It is not simply about doubting others. It's about learning to see with clarity, cutting through noise, questioning assumptions, and reaching decisions grounded in reason, not reaction. It is, in many ways, the foundation of wisdom. What is critical thinking? At its core, critical thinking is the disciplined practice of using reason to evaluate information before accepting or acting upon it. It is not about being cynical, skeptical, or contrarian. Rather, it is a commitment to truth, clarity, and intellectual honesty. To think critically is to ask, what evidence supports this claim? Are there alternative explanations? What assumptions are being made? How might my own biases be distorting my view? Critical thinking demands patience. It calls us to pause before reacting, to investigate before judging, to slow down in a world addicted to speed. The cost of unexamined thought. The absence of critical thinking comes at a price. We become easily manipulated. We accept falsehoods that confirm our beliefs and reject truths that challenge them. We mistake loud voices for wise ones, and in the process we lose our ability to decide for ourselves. In ancient times, Socrates warned of this. He famously declared, "The unexamined life is not worth living." He spent his days asking questions, not to undermine others, but to help them think deeply, to get beneath surface answers, to seek what is true rather than what is comfortable. Today, more than ever, his method is needed. Why critical thinking is difficult? If critical thinking is so vital, why is it so rare? Because it's hard. To think critically requires effort. It means acknowledging that you could be wrong. It requires suspending emotion, resisting the pull of ego, and setting aside preconceptions. Human beings are not naturally rational. We are naturally emotional. We favor stories over facts, certainty over ambiguity, and convenience over complexity. We also live in a digital landscape that rewards outrage, not understanding. The faster we react, the more clicks we get. The more confidently we speak, the more we are heard, regardless of whether we are correct. But truth is rarely found in speed or simplicity. It requires careful, humble thought. The traits of a critical thinker. A person who thinks critically develops a set of habits over time. These habits are not innate. They are learned, practiced, and refined. Here are the defining traits of a critical thinker. 1. Curiosity. The journey begins with a question. Critical thinkers don't assume, they wonder. They seek to understand the why and how behind every idea. 2. Open-mindedness. They are willing to entertain multiple points of view. They can listen to arguments they disagree with without becoming defensive. 3. Intellectual humility. They acknowledge the limits of their own knowledge. They admit when they are wrong. They don't confuse confidence with certainty. 4. Skepticism, not cynicism. They do not accept claims blindly, but their questioning is grounded in a love of truth, not in a desire to tear others down. 5. Analytical clarity. They break ideas down into parts. They look for logical connections, gaps, contradictions. They assess the structure of an argument, not just the style. 6. Patience. Critical thinking is slow thinking. It cannot be rushed. A wise mind is a deliberate one. Practical ways to think more critically. You do not need to be a philosopher to begin. Critical thinking is not reserved for scholars. It is a life skill, one that can be practiced every day. Here's how. 1. Ask better questions. Instead of reacting, pause and ask, what's really being said here? What evidence supports this? Who benefits from this message? What's missing from the argument? Questions slow you down, and that's a good thing. 2. Slow your judgment. It's easy to leap to conclusions. The better path is to wait. Let the information settle. Resist the urge to react instantly, especially when emotions run high. Truth often emerges in silence, not in shouting. 3. Check the source. Where is the information coming from? What's the motive behind it? Is it fact or opinion? Is it presented with balance or designed to provoke? Critical thinkers evaluate the source before trusting the message. 4. Play the opposite. Try arguing the reverse of what you believe, not to change your mind, but to understand the other side. This practice builds empathy, flexibility, and insight. 5. Reflect often. Each day ask yourself, where was I too quick to judge? What assumptions did I make? Did I listen to understand or just to respond? Self-reflection is the fuel of intellectual growth, the courage to think for yourself. Thinking critically is not only difficult, it can be lonely. It means standing apart from the crowd. It means refusing to follow the mob. It means holding fast to truth, even when it's unpopular. But in that solitude lies strength. Because when you learn to think critically, you reclaim something essential, your mind. You no longer borrow your beliefs from others. You shape them, test them, strengthen them, and you become someone who isn't just informed, but wise. Final thoughts, the timeless practice. In every age, critical thinking has been a form of freedom. Freedom from manipulation, freedom from ignorance, freedom from blindly repeating what others say. It's not glamorous, it's not easy, but it is noble. And the good news? It's not out of reach. You don't need special training. You simply need to begin, to question, to listen, to pause, to reflect. Because in the end, the quality of your life is shaped by the quality of your thought. And clear thinking, honest, careful, patient thinking may just be the most important discipline of all.